Hello, my name is Gabriel Saucier. I will present you some feature of DNR Enterprise IP Management Platform, and more precisely I will discuss how the IP lifecycle management works. So this platform that we also call IPMS for IP Management System is a software that DNR sells to many customers who have a need to manage IP-based products or ASIC or whatever. Here you see on this picture some people who need such a software. On the top right you see internal IP manager. Of course they have to manage their internal IP to follow the quality, the maturity, and to insert them in their SOC or their product. Bottom right you see the IP provider. They sell IP and have to follow the delivery of their different version. Bottom left you see the IP consumer who buy IP and who have to follow also their reception, the quality, the version, the bugs, and so on. And finally, left top, the fabless IC vendor. This guy has all the problems, internal IP, external IP, and he assembles, cluster all of them in his product. So all these people need a management platform. You see in the heart, you have the IP repository, and around these people need different new views and different management data. So now I will mainly speak about how the internal manager, internal IP manager, will follow up the life of his IP. So first of all, an IP is under development in phase 1. That means that designer work in their private environment. I have distinguished the phase 2 when he wants to tell more to people about his IP under development, where it is. Maybe some models are already available. And finally, at the end, the IP is frozen, released, but because it goes to product or to project. When a designer works, we commonly say that he works in a private environment. He can still announce his IP in the IP catalog, but it can be declared as private. When an IP is private, you see that there is an IP, but any data are only visible by the designer and the admin. But what would be very appreciated by the designer is to use a single front end. So during the design phase, this platform will provide him a revision control front end. So from this platform he can work on his IP and later on follow his IP. This can also manage possible connection to design tools. So here we show that on a server you have the IP catalog, some private IPs, and the designer can work, and there is revision control system, ClearCase, ClearSoft, SVN. So he's performing check-in, check-out unless a version is declared to be ready. What means having a front end? So you see here, suppose I am working under ClearCase from IBM. From my platform I can click on the label, its connection to ClearCase front end, and immediately sees all the file that he's working on. And he has access to various, we say IP-centric commands, selected ones from ClearCase. You see restore configuration, refresh directories, ClearCase refresh, but at the top right, view specific label. This one is quite interesting because the different directory associated with an IP will be labeled. And then when filtering on this label, you will see exactly what you want to release later on. The publishing of an IP in the catalog becomes visible to the designer community as soon as the designer thinks that it's important to show more. At this stage, he can announce a development plan. He can indicate the successive milestone, and a variety of techniques are, of course, available at the catalog level, which is an excellent technology of DNR. He can use text-based. He can make a link to a Gantt-like pull chart. He can create maturity panel. Maturity panel is a special display where you see the different milestones that can possibly be accepted by the manager and can also trigger deviation alert. So in the phase 2, the guy still works on the development, but metadata have been entered in the catalog, and the designer can follow the development phases, the acceptance of the milestones. For instance, if the VHDL is declared to be accepted, then he will be able to download already. So there's an example of the catalog technology. You see, okay, I'm designing an IP. My planning follows. The milestone 1 has already been achieved. It was planned at this date and has been delivered at this date. I have consumed this many resources. And you can do the same for milestone 2 or 3. So this is based on the flexible formatting of DNR catalog technology, and you can invent whatever you wish. But you see also that you can make a link to a Gantt display, or as I said above, a maturity panel. At that point, you can also use all the features of an IP management platform. That means that you can collect user feedback very early. You have testimonial collection and display, rating, if you like metrics. And very early also bug panel. I have tested your VHDL, but I would like to tell that this cannot work. So similar to all the techniques used by DNR, the format is always flexible. That means that the company can decide what is the format he wants to the bug declaration at the state of the development. Overall, IP and the development already benefit from all the infrastructure provided by DNR catalog technology. Now, when an IP gets released, what means released? That means that's frozen. Why it's frozen? Because it goes out to a project, to an ASIC, to a product, to a client. In no way it can be modified anymore. So first of all, it's important that on the front end, by a click, you immediately see all the file and the directory that have been frozen. So the technique of label, for instance, ClearCase, labeling is used, and the IP in the catalog will point exactly to this IP directory. When an IP is frozen, you have several options. The released IP can stay in the design environment if they are included, for instance, in projects developed in the same environment. If all your IPs are resident in the ClearCase repository, and if you create a project on top in the same environment, then you can just leave your IP where they are and you just point to the directory you want to use. In this platform, it's also very easy to extract the released IP to zip for delivery in the server where the management station is located, and then other people that can call and download this IP, even if they are not regular users of the same environment. The third option, release IP are available in a separate IP repository external to the server. This is often used in reuse environment where security is extremely critical. So for security requirement, it's possible to say no, transfer this IP to a secure repository, and possibly enter an autonomous revision control. This is the safest way to handle, for instance, internal IP. You have always a copy, not on the server, elsewhere, and to separate autonomous revision control, because later on, who knows, when the design team is even no more there, this IP is there forever, as well as the successive version. This is an image to show you, okay, I was working in my design environment. I have released my IP, the directory are frozen. Either I keep it where it is, and the project, the people who use this IP, can access the same DB, or you extract it and put it in the repository. Or in the middle, you can extract and put on a server when the external designer wants to get this IP and is not a regular user of the design DB. He can, at a given point, ask for extraction of this IP catalog, get it through the server. So 3 architectural choices are possible and included in the tool feature. Now on top, very intuitively, you can follow your IPIN project. So what means follow IPIN project? You know at each instant where used, we say that's very common as a label. You declare the project, and where used for the IP will immediately point to the project in which it is used. This is true for IP in ASIC or for IPIN product. So project architect can have several features: create project, add IPs to project, synchronize by refreshing when there is a new version of an IP, where use report, project members and access right, and check out download the whole project. So this is an extension. You see, similarly to IP, you can store on a remote repository, not on the server, project version this time. Like you have IP version, you have now project version. And the designer will be able to add an IP to a project and to synchronize a project. The GUI are always very simple in D&R IPMS. On the left side, you have example of IPs. On the right side, you have projects that are declared in the listing with an IP manager. At any time, you can select an IP at the bottom. You select first the catalog. I want to take an IP from a catalog called Wireline Communication. I click on it on the left. It shows up on the bottom. Then I click at the IP I want to add. I take the row and click on add, and automatically the IP will be clustered in the project above. Similarly, synchronize, extremely simple also. You have a project with version, and suppose that in the IP catalog a new version of an IP is available. Automatically the project manager will be alerted, and then he has just to click on refresh, and automatically a new version of the project will be defined, and with the new version of this IP. So you can select at once one or several refresh. Automatically the top directory is recreated and stored, depending on the architecture, in the remote repository. This is a short overview about what the IP management platform of D&R can do for this customer once installed in the intranet. Of course, these are just examples because this platform is fully configurable, and what it has to implement is exactly the wish of the client company. Nevertheless, all the features, all facets of the management through all the life IP cycle have been integrated. Maturity, quality, follow-up. The unicity of the front end is very, very convenient. The design front end in a private design space allows the designer to work in his own environment, but he can still announce design planning, maturity viewer, and even early file exchange. Once released, the successive release with revision control are supported, bug panel are supported. And overall, we have to say that this platform supports all revision control systems. Having demonstrated the clear case environment, we will at Design Automation Conference support SVN, this seems to be a widely adopted revision control system by the community. So should you have any need in the IP management area, please contact us immediately.